Alright, let's see what we got on the chopping block today. So, let's see what we got here today. The puzzle challenge. Solve the mystery to find out who the new Season 18 character is. First up, submit your answer to the puzzle below via the special site. Check the special site for answers and hints. They gotta make this something. The Jiro's one answer. I see how you can connect the dots. Okay, Gentle can be another answer. What about Mina? No. What about Stain? No. Submit it on the event site. I'll take a look. I think the puzzle is as broken as your game is. Please enter. And then send. Correct. Congratulations, you solved the puzzle. Mystery is the final reveal of the character. The final answer reveals the character for Season 18. Don't miss the PV releasing on Monday, July 27th. Wait, so how do you know whether or not if any of these are genuine to the answer? I don't know. Gentle is nice character. Rumble as sleep. Also, the stupid puzzle for the reveal was trash. Couldn't solve the last puzzle no matter what. I had to look here for the answer. I got it. Took me a bit, but I got it. I guess it's Gentle. I genuinely don't know how to solve the last puzzle. The last puzzle becomes almost unsolvable because of the wording, since you used becomes instead of replaces. And also, the new rule is impossible to figure out unless you knew through leaks who the new character was. The last puzzle was confusing, but I figured it out. It's a really nice surprise. I'm loving it. York. Sure. I can't believe Spinner is making it. And before Stain. Shoto. Feels like y'all are pandering to the masses. We need characters like the manga guy, the girl from Vigilantes with the bees would go absolutely crazy. I promise you guys can stop with this. They begged for Mirko and played her for like a week. Gentle will be the same. I'm hoping it's not Genten because he's genuinely ass. I'm so pissed it's not Hyri or Kyoka. The 61 days of asking, he's finally coming. I'm suspicious that every letter to create Gentle Criminal is there. Stopped or frozen skybox. Battering ram Cementos. I mean, it looks like it points towards Gentle Criminal. Let me pop it in here. Solve the mystery to find the latest information on Season 18. You receive some mystery, serious orders to heroes or hero supply. Enter the puzzle. If you get the answer right, you can take on further puzzles. Give me a hint. The illustrations represent jump, ice, and sky. If you trace the letters of jump on the board, you will pass through the letters of ice. Jump, yeah, you pass through ICE. Oh man, I don't know. Fuck, dude. I don't know. I'm probably gonna be stuck on this damn puzzle all night trying to figure this shit out. I see York. Yeah, I saw Jiro earlier. I see Gentle. I'm gonna sit here and try to figure it out. Keyword, try to figure it out, but I'm not gonna make any promises and figure out whatever the puzzle is insinuating. While I see what makes it fun, but at the same time, I just don't find it really fun like that. It's not really a clear-cut puzzle, so there's not really a lot straightforward about it. Or it could also be the road less traveled there. It's another Mount Lady. Sky is midnight. I hope it's getting. I guess it's pointing to the gentle aspect. I suppose that's one way to solve it. While I preferably probably won't play him, it would be nice to see him in the game. I just would like Jiro. Yeah. We'll see. I don't know. But I got my hopes up. When I think of marketable characters, I still think back to whatever it is that the gacha system can make viable, good guy or a bad guy, that has decent return value for the economy of the sandbox expansion, and what characters can be made really viable in here. So, like, character popularity, which is like a safe insurance with characters if they're fan favorites. It's a safe gacha investment. Characters that have like a decent good fan base or memorable story moments, iconic designs, high merchandise sales, strong social media presence will almost always outperform the niche characters. Like, when it comes to Ultra Rumble, like Deku or Bakugo or Shoto, Hawks maybe, Shigaraki, Toga, Dabi, Hawks. Like, those are characters that already have demand before their gameplay is even revealed and they have weight to their name. I feel like between the choices that were in here, between like what Amina or Gentle or Jiro, The one with the most weight, honestly, is between Jiro and Pinky. But at the same time, they also has to be marketed correctly in order to have a fair idea of what character could or couldn't come. Like all those characters, I know for a fact Jiro and Pinky have their own fan base. But Gentle is one of the more niche picks, in my opinion, if it were Gentle. And then I don't understand what their fantasy fulfillment requirement would be. Because you want to experience a fantasy when you play a character. What does the character do? All Might is an unstoppable superhero. Endeavor, kind of an unstoppable superhero. Overhaul, controlling the battlefield. Mirko, hyper-aggressive rushdown. Twice, overwhelming the enemy with clones. Toga, you're stealing identities. There's got to be something that he's doing to give you the said ability of clearance to move past me. The stronger and more unique the fantasy, the more valuable the character becomes. And then there's unique gameplay, which I have an idea from All's Justice what a moveset for Pinky or Jiro would look like more consistently than what I would for a Gentle Criminal. Characters that play different have longer term value, yes, but if the two feel almost identical, people can skip one context for the other context. And he doesn't feel like a marketable pick. For the visual appeal, I'm looking at here. If that's the case, I don't see much of the visual appeal in Criminal's design. It doesn't really have any flashy VFX. Doesn't really have a cool quirk animation or a super or ultimate, which it's kind of a buzzkill, I think. Dramatic entrances, I don't know what it'll be. Might have a decent sound effect, it depends. The main thing for the reveal trailer is that the reveal trailer, when it comes up on the 27th, it matters almost as much as the kit for the character, because we're talking about what's recognizable about the character going forward that is strong and valuable for the gacha to do its thing. I don't care about the cosmetics, but I just make a point about it because some people do care about the cosmetics in terms of relevance to why you invest or put money into wanting to roll for the character. So small shit matters as much as big shit when you want someone to play a new character. What generates value in a gacha? Ultimately, the gacha creates value by increasing one or more of the metrics based around what gets you to play more, what gets the person or the players to play more, what gets the players to invest more into the system. Niche characters with a creative kit can become surprisingly popular because they're fun to play, even if they weren't actually popular picks, compared to popular picks in development that lead to roster identity characters or representation across arcs, maybe different play styles, or just fan service for dedicated fans. There's got to be some type of a hook with the pivot on how the character thinks that will affect the market value for them. A useful way to try and think about it is marketability is the ability to attract attention, while value is the ability to convert that attention into sustained player engagement and revenue. That's the metrics, right? The strongest gacha characters tend to excel at both. They're characters people are excited to see and are excited to keep using long after they unlock them. Alright, so viewers, I'm going to go on ahead and take a look into the data mining outline for myheroultrarumble and take a look into a couple of suppositions that I think season 18 could be, or where season 18 is going. So to recap, in the original pretense, when we first got into Mirko's season, I was debating with Pied regarding where I think the premise of the 3-year anniversary of the game could go. And so joining me here is one of my friends that also plays My Hero Ultra Rumble, is Rubylee.
Hello.
Mm-hmm. And so here I want to take a look at a couple of data mines here that updated from going into season 16 into season 17, and to take an idea on what I feel like the outline could look like. So let me see here. So current data mines, information is based on data mines found in My Hero Ultra Rumble itself. Nothing is confirmed of anything releasing sooner or later and is subject to change at any time. So far, data mines from ultrarumble.com have been consistently correct with releases. Things found in the past in previous seasons have in fact released in the following seasons, i.e. twice, all for one prior in season 2, released in season 3-4, Mirko and Dabi's quirk found in season 4, released in season 5. Name text and new character IDs found. It's for chapter 108 is for Gentle Criminal, whose ID changed from CH044 and is only calling him Gentle. Chapter 203 for Dabi Final Battle, so that's Final War Dabi. And then presumably character 204, which is Phosphorus Shoto. That's in-game Shoto. So those are 3 new possibilities here that are now included in the context of a possibility. Now, if I'm not mistaken, in 16 or 17, that was when they just added a code outline, possibly for either Midnight or Jiro, which I thought was also here in the code findings.
One thing is that with the final Dabi, I'm wondering if they're going to do a different appearance like they did for Young All for One, since we have 2 Dabis.
That is a thought. Because
if they're going to do the burned version of him.
That is a thought to have 2, because like for him, I wouldn't be against it. The one I was against when they did that one was when they introduced the final arc Bakugo, and they could have just had him be his own character like what they did for Deku, instead of having a third quirk for him. I really didn't like that.
Yeah. I felt like it should have been consistent with how they've done third quirk sets, which is quirk set, original character. It's felt like.
Right.
Purple Bakugo kind of doesn't follow that, and that is kind of weird.
Yeah. Like, I see why they broke the outline for it. I just don't like the choice. I just don't like the choice. So for this one, and then Phosphorus Shoto, for some reason, as much as I would prefer that to just be its own character. I can also see why they would take the cheaper route for the rolls and the RNG for having it be a third quirk. I just wouldn't like that.
Yeah, I also, yet again, I feel like it'd be cool to have that be a double season of Phosphorus and Final Dabi.
That would make sense. That way it would be the brothers.
Yeah, and then if you're doing that, you could go, because I'm sorry, this game does not care about spoilers, let's be honest. You could go for the route where they both have their fully altered design as part of their base costume.
It could do
I think that'd be cool. Even though they probably won't do that, I think it would be cool if they did.
Yeah. Okay, let's see. Let's take a look at the other data mines here. Season 1, 3, 5. Those ones have already passed. So let's look at what we have here, which is all future quirk sets, official translations for supported language, added to the master data source as of 2024, removed from the Datamine's master source as of 11/20. Yeah, so they updated a handful of these so that aren't here as much, but they are translated to what they ended up actually becoming. So here, I'll send you the outline here. That way you can see the same thing I see. Over here in the channel chat.
On up. Yeah, I've seen this.
Yeah. It's Crazy Torch we got. Dobby's, was it Shoto's? Tenya's follow up. We have not gotten that one yet. That was the one where me and Pi had a supposition on if they do release Stain as the next character, it makes sense to get the Ida alternate quirk for that same season assessment, since those two were linked.
Yeah, I definitely get that. The one thing I wish is that instead of it being a Tenya skill set, if it was Tensei, like a Tensei redesign of Tenya. Like I know it doesn't make as much sense, but it
Oh,
would have
the
been
brother.
cool. But I get it. Yeah.
That would be nice. Like to see, or at least like to have the original version of. I would, or even if they couldn't give the brother outline, I see what you're getting at is to try and have like his version of the Ingenium costume.
Yeah, like have it be an alternate costume. I feel like would be awesome.
Yeah. Let me see here. Shoto Aizawa. That's the entanglement. That's what we just got this season. That's the new Aizawa. Kirishima, that was red. Oh yeah, that's where he becomes Sonic. We already got that. Tsuya Asui, the Sprinkle. That one we have yet to see. I'm curious on how Sue's alternate quirk would even look like. But
Because her
I'm super
main
excited.
already kind of includes all of it. The one thing that I would think of based off that name is honestly her, and this is kind of the gross one, is her redigestion ability. If you remember that.
That's what's coming to mind that hasn't really been used. That I don't see how the game would incorporate that unless they want to turn her in. When I think Sprinkle, considering she's already a rapid, I feel like they would turn her into a support, like an
I
aggressive
could definitely
support.
see that. I could see that.
I just can't get I just can't think of, like, when I think of Sprinkle, how would that work? Like she comes.
The only the that comes to my mind is her drowning Mineta.
Oh yeah. Let me see here. Then overhauls quirk. That's the near death drive. They named it. I think they named it differently, unless they named it that. But that is, they did give overhaul the secondary quirk. It definitely has a lot more sustainability to them.
We got Big Fist, I think, because that's the red one.
Big fist, yeah. Kendo, yeah. That's her. Yeah. Endeavor, jet burn. I don't know if they're giving Endeavor another. I mean, I am against it, but I see
Actually,
for Endeavor's secondary thing, and for jet burn, is that his assault Endeavor, or is that regular?
off the top, I can pull up the game so I can have the answers to this.
Okay.
Actually, I'm gonna pull up the browser for the
Let me see.
sake.
Mr.
1 second.
Compress. That's the trickster. Mr. Compress is already a support. So I see him, honestly, if he has trickster, he's already like a really good technical support. So I
Got
see
it.
him being a support class, either going into being technical or being strike based. One of those two. I feel like he would go technical.
Yeah. Yellow Endeavor is Inferno Fist, but his first ability is called Jet Burn.
Oh, then that's what it's referencing. Okay, it's referencing Assault Endeavor then. That's why I was just wondering, because that's what it's just called here, and it's like base data form, as opposed to when they just gave it the actual skill set name. Is the skill set also called Jet Burn, or is it just
Inferno Fist is the skill set name.
Inferno Fist. Okay. Himiko Toga. That's the Sting Dance. That's exactly what it's called, actually. Mount Lady Quirk for Titan Press. That I'm curious on what that would even look like. But I feel like it's like a wrestler play.
I don't
Like it,
see a reason to give her another skill set, really, out of most characters.
if it's a teacher focused season, it would make that's another thing that me and Pied brought up is that if they bring in Midnight around this time, since there's already a template for Midnight made in All's Justice, you bring in Midnight and then you can focus the other teachers that also had a really big moment in the final war arc, which was her and Compress. Not Compress, Cementos.
Yeah,
And so it would make sense to see their alternate quirks around that same time. Ideally, was it All Might, the set Detroit? Oh, that's Strike Might. That's Rapid Might. Twice his quirk set is double faced.
I would be interested to see a Dead Man's Parade ability, but I also feel like they're gonna have to worry about having him be able to do too much damage and be able to get clones very easily.
Mm-hmm.
Because Mr. Twice alone during a lobby can start clearing lobbies if he gets set up with too many clones.
I'm about to say that's good, but that's also like scary dangerous, especially since they gave the they have the bots have a small aimbotting ability for his clones, which that's not a big deal at first, but then that shit gets annoying because it adds up.
Oh yeah.
Ibarra, Set Divine. I didn't know Ibarra was even gonna get a secondary thing, but I'm actually glad that she is at some point. I'm just curious on how it would even work. Like she's already like she's a very viable medic. It's just the only problem is that she doesn't have an answer for aerial approach. And the game,
Yeah.
as it went along, as it got upgraded, as soon as they introduced Hawks, that introduced the first component for aerial play. Like there's other characters that can kind of levitate back and forth, or can occasionally go in and out of the air, but they eventually come down. There's others that can also now cheese the premise of either being in the air for long portions of time or can just fly.
Yeah, but they're trying to mitigate that with the whole drop out of air very quickly
I
if you're
see.
up too long.
I see. That was good of them in order to introduce a gravity mechanic in order to make sure that they don't get abused being in the air for longer periods of time. That's nice. So now ground based people have continued viability now.
Actually, it's part of the reason why I'm actually both enjoying and not liking the Monoma this season. Because Monoma got a very powerful combo, right, with the like acceleration plus the Ida ability, and me personally combine it with like Mirio. But the issue is it goes so far now that I immediately hit the roof and it will slam me back down because of how fast I'm hitting that roof. So you essentially get bouncy ball Monoma,
Hmm.
which is fun.
Okay.
And I feel like the more characters, like specifically Rapid Speed, the more that's going to kind of happen, where we're going to reach a breaking point where so we're going to hit a like wall of all these characters can like kind of do weird shit using the roof if they have enough movement.
Correct. And that part I can see them definitely eliminating that because in an arena fighter style thing or an arena sandbox, the sand being aware of where the sandbox cutoff point is good and bad at the same time, depending upon the who the oppressor is or what the oppressor can do.
Yeah.
And going all the way up going all the way up as far as you can in terms of a survival aspect is a seriously strong defensive play because it puts you out of reach of the opponent for X amount of time. But no, thank God we can't really use resources while we're committing to these things. But imagine if we could, this shit would just be like dastardly.
May I mention Tokoyami?
Tokoyami can to a degree. But that's the thing, it's a small instance where him or maybe even was it Rapid Might? Not no, Armor Might would probably be able to also have those same things, but those are just two instances. Thankfully, I mean it's too many, but still, it's just for those particular instances you got to practice it to have it be applicable in comp to what be have a drink in the middle of a flight cancel animation, and then it still counts, or you're still committing to the action of it. I mean, they nerfed some of the uh, what was it QQ not QQ? Oh shit, I can't think of the name on top of my
Tuning?
head. Yeah, they did tweak some of the tunings that way it's not as abusive to make use of those things, but still, it just it'll be changed because there's other factors that are reintroduced now, especially like with Ida's quirk, where you can make a regenerative factor for shields and for health both now, depending upon whichever build you're making. His quirk outlined for one and his red outline for the other both make a really dynamic duo that covers the healing aspect like tenfold. It's just most noticeable when it's leveled up.
Yeah.
What else is in here? Hawks. Yeah, we got Hawks as secondaries. No. Yeah. We did. Yeah, we did. Because the Hawks originally came out as a rapid, and then they made him a strike based.
Yeah. It's like on this slicing wind. I remember that.
Yep. That's what I'm thinking about with Gale Slash. But Gale Slash, I'm pretty sure, is the beta.
Uh, no. He is. Gale Slash isn't any of those.
Really?
He's Slicing Wind, and it's Cold Wind, Slicing Wind, Spiral Slash.
Okay, maybe that's what this translated into. You got me.
I know that one off the top of my head, actually.
Okay. Let's see your present mic set. That's all night. Present mic's the thing we.
I really feel like the Amajiki was supposed to come out right around the time of the Mirio and Netre.
It would make the most sense because like Mirio's, I'm surprised we got that like really early on for his secondary one. Nejire's, I was not disappointed with hers. It turned her into like a uniquely tactfully oppressive one into a also tactfully oppressive medic.
Honestly, you know what I'd be interested to see, even though it's probably not coming down not like till way down the line,
Mm.
is I'd love to see a Night Eye skill set like with that release.
Mm.
Like Amajiki and then a Night Eye.
That would be nice because Night Eye had a lot to do with him.
Or Facum. Facum could be cool.
That gum, I would like to see his design because I've seen it in All's Justice and One's Justice 2 to give me like a good idea on how they could do it for that game, and it can work. It could really work because they could basically make him be like like a Mickeyer version of a Mr. Fantastic,
Oh yeah.
and it could literally work. Because his special ability or his quirk could be something similar to like Fantastic whenever he does that huge like Mega Man bouncy shit.
Incredible. Hmm.
But yeah, Night Eye would be a nice one. But it's just there's some quirks that are still not accounted for yet that I'm curious on like how the theme of the season is going to
Uh,
accommodate for the lot for like the lackings of these quirks or these
yeah.
skill sets because they all have to go in a theme in order for it all to work.
Yeah. I still have been hearing a lot of talk about Jiro and Stain conversations,
I
which,
really want that, but I'm thinking how would they make it? How would they make Jiro's
yeah,
season work? Like what else could go along with it?
legitimately, I up until now, like up until recently, I thought it would be like Mike Jiro for the like audio season, but that didn't go. They could actually. No. I was gonna say something maybe like Sue. Go for a duo, but I don't see the connection there. I'm trying to think of like who out of this list Jiro can even fit with.
Who else? What is it?
I'm trying to look at this list and figure out who Jiro could even like fit in line with.
I feel like if they for a Jiro focus. Hang on, let me take a look here. On the got voice lines added. Purged data has been re-added. Hang on. So in terms of the purged data that's been re-added, so that was for Mirko. That was done. That was tied between Gentle. Let's see here. Manetta, Labrava, Fumakage, that's already in the game, Jiro, and Stain. Chapter 114 suggested to be Star and Stripe via Armor Might interaction. Second, Bakugo alternative battle style updated. Map data with new area names and locations. That was season's 15 reference. That must have been the reference for the coffin in the sky.
I get why people call it the coffin.
Your guess is as good as mine. Although I won't lie though, for the game, that's not a bad supposition since that's usually where people go to die. Yes.
I get that, but like, just get good. Me when I get murdered for telling the Mer community to get good.
But if they did Stain's release, then I see the Ida's skill set timeline.
Oh,
If they
100%.
did Jiro's release, I see Momo and Sue because that's like the trio. That's like the trio for the girls in there. Or if they did Pinky, I could also see the girls getting their skins. Well, alternate quirks. One way or the other, I see that would be the timeline for one of those two, simply because of Class A. Because Tokoyami was the first time we actually had Class A in the game since launch, actually.
No. Momo, right?
Yeah, Momo. Let me see here. Midnight. Other things added. Character condition for sleep and double impact. So her stuff is either partially finished or they're going, or like I said, they're probably going off the template. Considering that all these characters listed as probable cause or listed beyond a probable cause already have files and a template finished in All's Justice in like a similar state here, it could probably they can literally work off of those same type of variables to create a decent presentation for the characters for people and characters on this list that still haven't been added or don't have a completely data mined skill sheet yet. I was looking at it recently. I had to have been. But going ahead, while I'm looking for this, so what are your thoughts so far?
I'm excited, but it does feel like power creep is very. Yet again, power creep is such a big deal in this game because of the gacha aspect. And like, Blue Deku still is a menace to society, even with what's been done back and forth, right?
Mm.
And I'm just afraid that we're gonna get another character that's gonna be Hawks again, but like to a stage where it's gonna take multiple seasons to reel them back. The way that we're having to like, because I will join custom matches, right?
Oh yeah, those
And
are
just
super fun.
they're fun, but Blue Deku's banned because they don't want to deal with his annoyance of his infinites, right?
Oh, going around, walking around, and kind of like resetting the stuff by going in and rushing people down.
Yeah,
So
and like
I remember I was in a custom. People wanted to ban Mirko after a bit because the only reason why one of them was winning all the time was literally because he was just abusing that shit.
so I both am excited for all the like characters, right? And I'm also annoyed by all the like quirk sets compared to how many characters there are. But like in my brain, at least this is me, right?
Mm-hmm.
I am afraid that we're gonna reach a stage where it's gonna be a level of power that we're gonna have trouble dealing with as newer player characters, right?
Right. It is almost like that because like what the first time this was an issue was when the Gaunt got here because she just power crept the whole goddamn roster on her debut.
Oh yeah.
Like the gotcha system was literally it was a dark day, chat. Like it was when the game was that was the crappiest state in the history of the game, but that's when the gotcha system was its most optimal. It made the most money that season because the only way for you to advance further or do what you got to do, you literally have to contribute. You got to pull for this chick.
Yeah. And like I'm afraid with some of these characters we're just gonna hit that wall again.
I fear for that because if you want to keep including other characters and eventually, and I'm glad that they do that. But the thing is that is the risk is it does risk imbalancing because you're going to have someone that's going to have a busted quirk that's going to be difficult to balance without making the character either too strong or too weak. Like what I can appreciate about Tokoyami is that he's a character that's right in the middle, literally, that you can make either way you want to make him. He's literally like a Build-A-Bear type of top, like mid-tier character that can be a top tier or can be a very strong support character. You can make him however you want to apply him, which work to his general statistics.
But he's also not gonna be a person who breaks the fundamentals of combat, right? Such like Nagant was.
Exactly.
And with some of the like these characters, right? Like Stain, for example, right? If Stain comes out, I either see them not really including his. I'm gonna use a hero shooter term here, hero fantasy, right?
Mm-hmm.
Or they just like straight up don't, or he's either a very powerful and like very strong on release to like boost sales, which is a perfectly fair conclusion for the game, right?
That is, yeah.
But what I'm afraid of is that the timeline where they try to go for a balanced version of him, and they make the like time for to activate his ability super short, but it's like weak, right? Where he has like a stun, such as like Aizawa, right?
Right.
But it's like super short comparatively. I feel like you either A, make it too strong and it's broken, or B, you kind of just don't get the hero fantasy of stopping somebody the way that Stain stopped Ida, right?
Right.
And I just am afraid of the fact that some of these characters have that high possibility of either they're strong or they're not quite the hero fantasy that people imagine from these characters, right?
Right.
That was just my thought as somebody who's like gone through Overwatch and like the Sombra reworks and everything.
The thing I see here was what the My Hero, the most requested character poll results. Let's see here. Total rankings for the most wanted. Let me pop this over here. And I'm reading the Vine here for this.
Yeah.
Alright, so in total, so like the most wanted here is between like top 3 is right now that they do want is Jiro, Mina, and Gentle.
I would have thought Stain would be higher.
Stain, let me read. Let me see. Hang on. Stain is a ways off. Like the actual
Really?
poll. Yeah, the actual poll does. Oh, wait. Hang on. He's number 5. He's number 5. Okay, I forgot. They didn't. It's Hero Killer Stain, not just Stain. But yeah, he's number 5. I'm surprised.
Yeah, you were like lower, and I'm like, oh.
I'm surprised Redestro made top 10 on this. It's actually pretty impressive. And then Kami Utsushimi made another one.
I could see that. People like her. Just for her like fit and stuff.
Yeah.
Sadly, she's got that Nagant style of hero.
Yeah, I guess. I mean, I guess she's gonna be like what the not so much the Black Widow of My Hero Ultra but I don't know what she can do outside having mobility, and I gotta have something else to go off of.
I could see her not. See, my thought goes to like, but that doesn't work. So
let me see. Who is the crawler? Okay, I gotta look up the crawler in a second.
Oh, that's Vigilantes.
Yeah, I take it number 8 and number 9 here are from Vigilantes. I know that's Koichi, yeah.
And then Pop Step is the girl, and Knuckle Duster is like Batman.
Wait, then who's Genten here?
Genten.
Let's look it up. Genten.
I know who that is. Okay, you don't know who Genten is, but you know who Dr. Doofenshmirtz is. Got it.
Genten Himura.
He's part of the Liberation Front, if I remember correctly.
Another ice character. I see the demand, kind of. I just don't know how like busted his quirk outline would be in theory as another ice user. I don't know. I am intrigued though. Somewhat intrigued by that.
For me, I don't think we need another ice user. But I could see some very interesting Koichi gameplay. I think Stain out of this top 10, right? Mm-hmm. If I had to rank them in order of my personal excitement, it definitely would be Mina first, honestly. Just because
I think Pinky would honestly be a really good technical based character if I had to really design, because she doesn't strike me as a strike. She doesn't strike me as an assault type. And she doesn't feel like
I could see her as a strike actually. I'm saying like imagine Red Shigaraki kind of. Where she uses her acid to skate around. Right?
That's the thing. I see that. Yeah, I'm thinking think how Shoto uses his stuff to stick to either skate or to freeze.
Yeah.
I see her using her acid in a very similar concept where it would either it's for sliding or it does like a tick damage for poison.
Yeah, so for me it would go May, Stain. I am a Stain enjoyer, honestly. And then go ahead. You had something.
No, I'm just listening. No, first, I just only
And then
add here that Stain, I think, would be good overall if they have a villain focused season, which they have not had yet.
I would say Gentle Criminal.
Mm.
And then I would say I would honestly want to see Mei Hatsume. I I am a Mei Hatsume enjoyer. Um, and seeing how they translate her builds into it would be cool.
They have a whole thing for her on All's Justice. Again, I can literally just there's a lot of
Yeah,
source material in All's Justice, and the two games
I've
are
seen
interlinked
All's
now.
Justice. I know. I'm just
So
saying.
they could use all of her kit over there and pull it over here, spruce it up a little bit, buff it, and she's good to go. Because
And then
she would be a technical or a support based character. I see her being support. I'm just curious on like what about her kit is gonna be like. What specifically creates the supporting
I would
aspect of
want
her?
I would want them to make something unique for it, though. I get just wanting to port over as many characters as you can from All's Justice.
Yeah.
I honestly would rather them take a step back and look at these characters with that as a reference point, but not as their objective.
Right, because the key thing here is to go based off of the polls. So each
Because
season
a
so far
big
has been
thing,
going based off of the polls, what character is most likely to get in, and then we kind of just keep going over the process of elimination each season.
a big thing I get like ever since All's Justice came, a big thing I've heard is All's Justice has we can just use All's Justice as a reference point. Just use All's Justice. Just use All's Justice. But like my thing is I don't think that's a good mindset. Because it's gonna
Exactly.
lead to never having unique characters that we can draw our own ideas and theories from.
Correct. Like
Um,
the premise on why I bring up all is justice because it gives you a core idea of what they would look like in a finished state. Here, because it's more sandbox style and not 3v3 arena fighter style, you can be a lot more loose in a lot in how moves are going to work because you're trying to make a character self-sufficient.
then I would say for me it goes Jiro Spinner, Koichi, Dr. Doofenshmirtz. I don't remember his actual name, and no, I don't care to. I think it's funnier to call him Dr. Doof. Kimi, and then Ice.
Interesting thesis. Okay.
If I had to rank them.
If I had to rank them for what is here, I would say I'll play devil's advocate. As much as I really, really want Jiro, I really do. I'll put Stain. I'll take the road less traveled. I say Stain would be number one. Because again, like I said, they haven't focused villains for a whole season. So I would say try giving that one to Stain. Then my second would be Pinky. My third would be Jiro. My fourth would be I'd say Redestro. I'm actually curious on how that one will go for him. Then May. Then the two vigilante boys. Then Gentle. Then Cammy. Then Spinner.
Two Vigilante Boys.
Yeah. Because if these 10 are the most wanted, I can see. I'm just curious. I don't know
Is
how lucky
he
we're going to be to get another Class 1A.
is he Vigilantes?
Number 8 and number 9 are vigilante. Number 9 I know is vigilante because that's the main character.
Nine is, but
Number 8. Hang on. Let me see. Where is Genten from? Let me look. Oh, he's from the Liberation Army. Never
yeah,
mind.
no, he is not. Yeah, no, I thought he was main cities. Um,
Hooded and unhooded. So let's go. He's a villain who was a member of the Black Liberation Army as one of the main antagonists of the Liberation arc. Later, when the Liberation Army and the League of Villains came together to form the Paranormal Liberation, he becomes one of its 9 lieutenants. He was arrested after his defeat during the Liberation War. Understandable.
It also says on his wiki that he's related to the Todorokis.
Wait, really?
Yeah. I'm trying to read where it backs it up, but it says it on here.
Let's take a look at the trivia down here. His name, surname, contains the kanji for ice and gathering collection. Genten's name translates to apocrypha, a word that means story of origin unknown or author. Genten's villain name, alias Iceman, comes from the mutant hero of the same man from the Marvel comics. I kind of figured this kind of godlike. His clothes are also similar to Mega Man franchise's Iceman and DC's Captain Cold. Yeah, as soon as I saw the hood with the thing here, that feels like a direct Captain Cold reference. Because only Cold ever has something like this. Even in Injustice 2, he literally his default skin is just a cold hoodie.
Yet again, this is the wiki, so take it with a grain of salt. But check the side chat that I just sent inside up here.
Gotcha, let me check it out in a second. He comes from the same family as Rei Todoroki, the Himuras, indicating that he is a distant relative to her and the rest of her children. If I'm not mistaken, Rei Todoroki is the mom.
Yep.
Yeah, the wife of Enji Todoroki and the mother of 1, 2, 3, and 4. A middle-aged woman. Okay, so so from her, right. Her and what's it? And her and Enji married in order to try and have the whole superhuman children shit.
Yeah,
because she comes from a whole ice-based family, so that makes sense that she would be she would have like other ice relatives. So he is of that same family with him, so they aren't that far off.
Yeah.
Okay, small tidbit I needed to learn, chat. So now I know.
Yeah, yet again, he is still the character I would like to see the least out of all of the top 10.
Yeah, I can see why they want to put him in here, but at the same time, we already have like a pretty prominent ice character that, even as the meta is, it's not real. The meta isn't even power creeping him. It's just he's still just moving around it.
Honestly, you know what you do then? Hear me out. You
It?
put that in. You put that in with the Dobby season. So you do Dobby's full like final war, right?
Mm-hmm.
Then you do. Sorry, brain.
Ray relative, Toya relative.
You do Genten. You do Phosphorus Todoroki and Final War Dobby all in the same season.
You know,
that way you have fire, balance, and ice. Do you want to know who I want to see in this game now? My goat, Tailman! The goat, Ojiro, he's so cool!
Oh, Mashiro, yeah. We talked. Oh yeah, I talked about this with Pi too in one of my previous episodes. So the thing I see with them doing this is I feel like he could be kind of like the Squirrel Girl of the My Hero verse if they do this right, because he could literally do like a tail bounce up just like how she can do it. But instead of him lobbing a nut, it would just be kind of going in order to go high, in order to come down on people, kind of like a dive. He would be like a jumping.
Okay, listen. This is gonna get an AO. But he kept throwing that at me.
I just don't know.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I owe a formal apology.
Oh, you're fine. And the thing about this though is because he doesn't use his arms to attack too. He just uses his tail. He uses his tail for all of his attacks. So I'm just curious on like, I see it working in the game. I just don't see how he would move. I don't see how he would directly function unless they're trying to make it so like his tail just is like the centerpiece of everything.
Yeah, yet again, I feel like, and this is one thing I mentioned during a convo I had with a friend about the anime with some of the lesser used characters like Sato and Ojiro. I thought that, like, when they were training them to work on their weaknesses, right? Like Deku learned shoot style, right? Ojiro should have learned how to, like, use his other limbs just as effectively, so he became a spinning ball of death.
I agree. I can agree with that.
Like, well, what's the name? What's the name? Dance fighting, dance fighting, dance fighting. There's an actual name for it. Capoeira.
Oh,
Imagine
are
if
you talking
he
about
like
what
did cat.
like dude from Tekken does, Eddie Gordo?
Yeah, like imagine if he did like capoeira or like breakdance fighting with all of his limbs. I actually think that would be a very cool like application of his tail. Like we see this move in a lot of
I could see.
Hollywood shit, but like you get a full extra limb.
I guess I could kind of see it. Let's see, did he get in the top 20? 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15,
Oh, I never expected him to get added,
16,
but
20.
it would be cool.
Nah, it's not here. No, the other 10 here for like the main 10 was what? Edgeshot, Fat Gum, Midnight, Komori, Nana Shimura. That's actually kind of surprising. Ryukyu, Minoru Mineta, Inasa Yarashi, Meza Shoji,
Wait, is he an also this?
and
He is,
Tora
right?
Hagakori. And Vince Chick. Oh wait, which one?
Wait, is Ojiro an All's Justice?
Oh, Jiro. Oh, wait, which one did I say?
Tailman.
I'm pretty sure he is.
He is.
Yeah.
He is. He is. Okay, I pulled up a clip so I can watch his style in that game. He doesn't use his arms at all. He just kind of uses his legs to kick off of opponents, and then he switches to using his tail occasionally. It's not. I don't like it.
Let's see, anti-shadows. I'm looking at it now. Yeah, his combos and whatnot look nice, but they. I don't know. I wouldn't see it working that much because it's literally just another version of Mirko where you're just rushing in from a specific ranges in order to combo.
Oh yeah.
1, 2, 3, 4, or 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 for the ender, and then there's a huge space in between. He doesn't have any projectile or any way to really get in, so that means that the tail or a projectile would have to move a long distance in a short amount of time, which means there would be a long cooldown, or that would be kind of like Aizawa's movement, where it would have to be like a one and done. It would be like Aizawa's movement, where it would have to be like one movement, or maybe you might get two of those that take up like a whole margin of space in one go that you have to wait on a recharge for. So he has to commit to the correct movement options in. I don't see it working.
Yeah.
And then
I agree.
What was it? I was looking earlier at Toru Hagakure, the invisible girl, basically Susan from My Hero.
Yeah, basically who people ship with Ojiro.
Damn, my
That's
Heroverse. I mean, sure. I mean, everybody's got to get. I mean, there's enough chicks for them to end up with somebody. So, I mean, I see the argument. I'm just. It was him, so that'll work.
I 100% don't get a lot of ships, but like, I my favorite like funny one is just this because of Invisible Tail. because I saw a video that's is it good? You two had a kid together? She doesn't look like she has a gets smacked across the face by an invisible tail. Invisible tail.
You know what? That's actually a cool ass concept. The more I think about it, but damn the My Hero verse. Like, thinking about these things so in depthly and calculating.
So what
I mean, it
else
works.
do you got on your agenda to talk about the data mines? Since we kind of got sidetracked.
Oh well, these are all logical sidetracks to a degree because it goes down the rabbit hole between either looking at like Mezzo Shoji or Mashiro or Koji that Pied brought up in a previous thing about him being a summons character. If that was the case, I'm not even gonna look at Rikido Sato because I just don't see Sugar Boy like being
It would
viable at
just
that.
be.
He feels like a notch down from Bane's concept.
Oh no, it would just be legitimately, in my opinion, it would just be Kirishima bass, but like no rolling around at the speed of sound.
Opt out of sharing all social your personal information and form the ads you see. Nah, leave that alone. So we're going back to the data mine things here as a wrap up. I feel. What do you think is going to be the timeline here, based off of like everything we've seen here about the season, and them having the focus for heroes? I feel like they're going to do a pivot, and this could go two. This can go one of two ways. If we're going to do a villain season, I see Stain for the Ida quirk. If you want to try and get the alternate quirk outlines for Cementos and Mount Lady, I see Midnight as a possible option.
I say about icy.
If they want to do Jiro or Mina, I see the Froppy alternate quirk and I see the Momo alternate quirk. Momo is the one that I presume first because Momo has not had anything for forever and a day since season 2, season 3. So she's long overdue to be back in the context.
Oh yeah, no, I totally get that, but can I tell you where my brain goes with it?
Yeah, go for it.
We've had a lot of heroes and stuff. Why not do 2 villain seasons back to back? They have this gentle criminal
I like what you're
and
cooking.
Stain, right? They have gentle criminal Stain and Ida, right? Then they have Dobby Todoroki. I feel like that's 2 very good setups for villain oriented seasons.
I feel like it can be. Like having it back to
That
back wouldn't be a loss.
Oh yeah, no. Especially with the fact that I think there's double or almost triple now. Double, I'm gonna say, the amount of heroes that there is villains.
Right, and so giving a villain focused season would be nice, especially and if you do it 2 for, that would be even better to like clear out stock. But the thing here is that there aren't a lot of popular villains that would work for context of this game that would still be applicable for the marketing for the gacha system.
Give me Rappa. Give me Rappa. Give me Rappa from fucking
Let me look real quick.
Overhaul.
You said rapper,
He's the dude who fights Kirishima.
rapper, Kendo rapper. The rapper is one of the 8 bullets who serve Overhaul and the Shihi Messiah. Oh, those are one of Overhaul's boys.
I want Rappa.
Let's see, what's the quirk? Let me read up abilities.
Oh no, he is not a good choice at all. I just want him.
Oh,
He is a fun villain. And I can see him being cool.
Fair enough.
Feel free, feel free to read about him though, because he actually is fun.
But yeah, again, that's a niche fandom, which means that they're not going to sell the gacha system.
Oh, I know. Actually, if I had to actually recommend a villain who I could see being cool, is like Fleckturn.
Flector. Is that the 8 bullets?
He's from the movie.
Oh, okay. I gotta look here for the movie. Let's see here. I see Knuckle Duster. Okay, he's a villain and the main antagonist of World's Heroes Mission. He was the leader of the global cult Humorize, which subscribes to the Quirks singularity, doomsday theory, and aims to eliminate Quirks from the world. Oh, that's similar to well, the thesis right there. That's similar to what Gexus was doing in Pokemon Black and White in order to eliminate the thesis of Pokemon slavery. Like the concept of the main world cog. Fleck turns, white complexion after Reflect was overpowered. Wait, so hang on, let me read up. So what's his quirks?
Reflect.
So he's a living mirror force.
Yes.
He would be really good and really bad for the game.
He goes bar for bar with a Zuku up until Zuku basically says, "Just die."
I see it. I see this working. Like, but there's a handful of workarounds here for a quirk like this, as good as it is, to be able to reflect all.
No, I'm saying add Muscular to the game.
That weird muscle bound dude looks kind of like a knockoff Toguro.
How dare you? How dared you?
Hey, I like his concept. Don't get me wrong. It's just that I knew where they took that from. There really isn't a bad guy that. The only bad guy that looks kind that looks kind of like that as a physical abomination is probably either Bane or Hulk. Is like the two that he takes inspiration of. But his core concept was already done as Toguro. It's doable. I mean, it's doable as a reversion thing. I just don't know how they would work with that. Also, I don't. Hang on, is that a part of the top 10, top 20-ish characters? What was his name?
Muscular.
Muscular. 26, 27. That is number 27 on the wish list.
It has a chance.
It's a small chance, but it's there. I'm surprised Genus is so low. That's what kind of messed me up. Genus is really low on this wanting. Burning. Oh, that's my. So, to reiterate, I think my timeline I'm settling on is between either Stain, Jiro, Pinky, or Midnight. Is the two that I'm is those four that I'm settling on. That's going to be the timeline choice. I'm gonna bet 20 ranked games on that. It's one of those four. I'm betting 20 ranked games.
I could see any of those, as well as Dental and Stain. And I'll match your bet. 20 for me as well.
Fair enough. Top 10 most wanted quirk skill sets. Hey, I'm not the only one that thinks that Momo also needs a tune-up here.
Momo and Compress.
Yes, Compress is number 6 on this. So I see it. Let's show you what I got here so far. Because for the top most wanted quirks here, yeah, Momo is definitely number 1 here. Twice, I'm surprised is number 2. Number 3, I mean, Froppy's been making good on it for the rapid since the beginning of the game. So sure,
all of this makes sense except Dabi, Toga, and Izuku.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to wonder. because this was June 2026. So I was like, okay, by that point, these three were already taken care of.
I'm so.
I would put
listen.
this. I would put her here. He's already right where he needs to be at. I would say.
One second, I want to look something up.
I would say Fumikage would be one to put on here. I mean, I know we just got the boy, but okay, surprised me. Lady Nagant would be another one, even though I don't really want her to have shit. That would still be nice.
No, hear me out on this. Yet again, put Tenya on here.
Oh,
put like
yeah, okay, Ida, I could see.
Put like Nato on here instead of Majiki, because like, I'm sorry, I like Nato, but like I'm just saying because they don't have quirk sets, right?
Right.
Cementos.
Yeah.
Mount Lady's already on there. Kuragiri could use an extra one. Make him more attack oriented.
I think that would probably work for him, honestly, because like him being like the way that he's supposed to work as the portal guy, it's like he's a really advanced like support character that just works so well. But the thing is that he just doesn't do damage to defend himself consistently. So if they give him the other way around, like I could see him also being like probably number 9, number 10 on this listing instead of getting rid of the trio here. The problem with making Kuragiri balanced is he's really like he has really good pullout game and he has really good entry game for someone that doesn't do damage or isn't supposed to really like damage.
That's why you remove his beta with his new quirk set.
In what way?
You just don't give him his beta. You don't give him that like massive long distance portal. Make him be able to TP short distances, pulling teammates with him. There you go. That's how you redo him, I feel like.
Interesting. Okay. Interesting concept. And I agree with most of these, but the problem is
okay. Why is Deku on both? Why is Deku on both?
He's on both, unfortunately, because you still have base Deku, and then you have AFO Deku, and then you have base Deku. Base Deku already has the 2, which is why the third, quote unquote, is the other character, which means that the other Deku, AFO Deku, can probably get a secondary quirk, and nobody wants that shit.
Why are you doing that to my boy? Why is my boy Nato down here? Get my boy Nato out of jail.
As much as people don't want that, I'm actually in favor of him having another one. What would they even do? He's already like funny as hell with what he has now. So I'm curious on what they could do in order to either make him more speed oriented, so he's just faster at grabbing quirk shopping, or is he just faster at applying these things? Because he already has like a cooldown
honestly
where he can apply all these things faster than the regular handlers of them.
Instead, make him yellow. Make him assault.
Support.
Because
he wouldn't be
we have way too. He's already a technical rapid, essentially, right?
Basically.
He's able to be a strike character just because of the copy abilities. He's not able to be assault, really. Make him an assault with strike back.
I see the game plan somewhat. Okay, I see some of what you're getting at here.
I'm gonna wrap up.
Oh yeah, I just realized we actually did get this Fools once. This one already actually happened. I just thought about it.
Yep.
And bro, that shit it's so stupid, dude. Interesting. So, well, this is all the context here in order to try and give us an idea on what the pathway is going to be going into season 18 and potentially the 3-year anniversary of My Hero Ultra Rumble. There's a lot of possibilities in the thesis for this think tank. Nothing is contextually incorrect. Everything has a chance to really be a pipeline or a future pipeline for a route that the game might take. Whether or not it's this one, we'll know. We'll know probably in the next week or so when they go to announce the character and whatnot, and then I'll see whether or not I'm right or I'm wrong. We'll see if Ruby's right or if we're wrong, and see how the projection of this works. The main thing that would be a surprise out of this new season is if we either get like another map update, which that would be okay, or we get another new map altogether, which I would also be for, because there's a total of 4 maps. There's like 3 or 4 maps right now in rotation, so it would be nice just to have a 5th map. Plus new site to see. New site to see, new custom map to explore and mess around on. Any closing thoughts?
Just that I'm excited to see where this game goes, actually. It is in a state where it could either go incredibly well or incredibly bad with us coming up on this year. And it really depends on how they balance the growing chance of a broken character. But I'm excited to see how that goes.
Okay.
Sorry if I'm quiet right now. I have my setup messed up. Sorry.
Oh, no, you're fine. All right, on that note, chat. Fingers crossed, and let's see where it goes. You get ready to tune in for the next episode of the Thespacebridge when it'll probably be after the fact when the character is revealed, or it'll be a surprise thing if they introduce any other new thingamabobs that I didn't think about here or that we didn't talk about here in our think tank. You guys take care out there, right? And as always, till all are one.